It's early April, which in Japan means sakura time. Sakura, or cherry blossom, only bloom for 7 to 10 days each year. And they're very popular and important to the Japanese. They believe that it represents life, beautiful but short, and we should treasure it while we can. We found lots of sakura trees in Tokyo, but we would find even more in our upcoming holiday.
Get some like bread.
Cheers.
Cheers. I'll take this off for a sec. Like that. Cheese. Toast.
Everyone say Sakura. 3, 2, 1.
Sakura.
It was time for our trip to Kyoto, which meant Shinkansen time! When we arrived, Kyoto looked like a normal city, but after a ride to Gion, things looked very different.
Like it?
How different is the same man who makes the jingles video?
This one just keeps going.
Yeah. Miyakoji Rapid Service. That's probably great.
But first stop, some traditional Japanese food. We're having soba.
See right here and see the chef. That looks amazing.
I'm having udon, tamago udon.
What does tamago mean?
By our hotel was one of my favourite parts. It was very busy with loads of food stalls. It turned out that there was a festival celebrating Sakura, which was everywhere. We opted for a frozen chocolate banana. Yum!
I think you're right. It might be a Sakura festival. Everyone's doing Hanami. Oh yeah.
After an explore around the park, we decided to head out and explore Gion a little bit more. Now Gion is the old part of Kyoto and it's famous for its traditional looking buildings. So we had a bit of an explore down by the canal, and when we crossed the canal we found more Sakura. This was beautiful down a really small river, and there were so many people taking photos under the Sakura. It just reminded us how important it is to Japanese culture. There were these little streets everywhere, and it was quite hard to tell what was behind all the doors, but most of them were actually restaurants or shops. This famous street had about 25 different restaurants all the way down.
The next day, we went out
the river
into the
we're going down?
countryside for a very special boat ride.
How you feeling?
Good.
Getting a photo? Good idea.
Recording.
Are you recording?
The boat went through rocks and rapids, guided by 3 boatsmen.
Oh, I just got so...
and it entertained us with information all about the river. Although we didn't understand most of it because it was in Japanese. It was amazing how they guided us through all of the rocks. We even got to see some wild monkeys, although it's quite hard to spot them on the camera.
It sits with its back to us. It's probably watching us.
It's really watching us there.
At the end of the 1.5 hour boat ride, another boat joined us alongside us, serving us snacks. Like a boat snack stop.
How's your riverboat snack?
It's so good. What is it? Rice. I've got hocker-sized waves on mine.
Oh, nice.
You know what it tastes like now? Porridge.
Porridge?
Oh, well, you
Really?
like porridge?
Not expecting this to taste like porridge though.
Cherry blossom ice cream.
It's interesting. It's almost a bit like almondy, like marzipan-y.
Oh, I don't like that. What do you think of the bamboo forest place?
In Arashiyama, there is a famous bamboo
What do you think?
forest. It's so cool. The bamboo stretch
Yeah.
all the way to the sky. No pandas here though. Sad face.
Wonder how long a panda would it take to eat all of this? Two creatures in the world I know who would love this. Pandas and Hong Kong scaffolders.
To keep with the traditional theme in Kyoto, even the trains look old-fashioned.
Oh, do you want to have a go? Go on. In time. Nice. Keep in time. Put some money in. That was amazing, thank you.
Give me money.
Arrived in Inari
And he's literally, look at the station.
and look at the station. One of the most famous places in Kyoto, maybe even Japan.
For a sec.
And we're going to go
Let me
through here.
Fliscam. That's what we're going to go through.
So this is also the fox shrine. That fox seems to have some sort of gold peanut or something. A gold tail, I'm not sure what it is.
I think it's a peanut.
Anyway, here we go. Look at this door. Isn't it incredible, guys? So these are the really big ones.
These impressive torii gates went on and on and on, all the way up the mountain. And every now and again you would come across a shrine covered in these little miniature torii gates, which we love so much we ended up getting one ourselves, with our own family name on, and a request to the gods for health and prosperity.
A lot of stairs. Climbing to the top of Mountain Alley. Looking over Kyoto.
The message was written in traditional kanji, so thankfully he explained it to us what it meant in English.
Okay, this is Hono.
Amazing.
Reiwa. Reiwa horse.
Is there a toad?
Don't know.
Are they going to eat
Obviously
him?
Flora falling as well.
Are they going to smash him?
So we have just nipped into
Lint.
Lint, and we've got a
Very
little
exciting.
yummy chocolate milkshake dessert.
Hold on, I think you might need to drink a bit.
We headed over to Nishiki Market, which is a very famous market in Kyoto, and it was stocked full of amazing food all the way down, and you could sample so much of it too. Unfortunately, because of not being many tourists around in Kyoto, it was a lot quieter than it would normally be. But everyone was super kind. We tried some cordials and we tried some sake, and it was everyone was very polite as we went down and had a look round.
It's like massage your feet. Oh, you do like it, do you?
I love matcha.
The tempura.
Pizza.
Snoopy food.
So it's got like a burger, the omelette. So cool. And then it's got
The whole shop is Snoopy.
It always seems to come on like a big wheel, doesn't it? I
Not
don't
for
really
me.
know why.
It's powder, it's just powder, isn't
Is
it?
it? I don't know.
Maybe that's like a big cake.
Told you
Ooh,
no.
here we go.
Stay out.
Look at all these interesting fish. Some fish brains. What that is. What is that?
Intestine.
Prawns look nice. Oysters. Like huge oysters.
You're furry.
So you can just get a lot of fish. You can have one. Oh, we got the soybean ones.
All the like
Sashimi. Oh, what are these?
the fried baby.
They're eggs. No, they're eggs. They're different eggs. Oh,
They're
surely
real.
not.
Okay, so we just finished going through the market.
Hi.
So we've just been in there. So it's been quite good. We bought some stuff. We bought some sake and some honey, but it's basically cordial.
Yeah, honey cordial.
Yeah.
Tasted nice, didn't it? They gave us samples.
Yeah, they gave me 3 different ones.
3 samples. They must have known. Oh, here's Felicity. She loves food.
They gave me mango, grape, and lemon. And
and I actually made a discovery today.
Yeah, what was your discovery?
I love matcha. I always thought I really didn't like matcha, but matcha is amazing.
Well, we think so. It's nice when it's in a biscuit, right?
Yeah. Powdery and
Maybe
floury.
try it again and see what you think next time.
Yeah, and if I love it, then I'm a matcha lover. So look what happened to this lake. It looks like you can actually walk on it like it's pavement. That's actually all sakura petals. You might sakura is cherry blossom, by the way.
Starting to fall, isn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful. How is it, guys? We've had some sashimi.
Oishi desu.
Oishi
I don't
desu.
think you
Oishi
should
desu
have
ka?
that in there.
And some sausage. Fuss is wolfing this down. Some delicious wagyu beef.
That's teriyaki wasabi, which is really, really hot, and then onion.
So which one are you going to have?
None. Actually, I'll stick to my soy sauce. I mean, I don't mind walking back here.
On our final day, we headed through Gion a little bit more to have a look around at some of these traditional shops. And, well, we were surprised at what we came across. Again, they all kind of have the same feel and vibe to them. But some of these shops, well, you'll see what I mean.
Yeah, and I told him how in my Rio is this short. He's up to my shoulders. So then so he's older than me. So he's kind of
Okay. So we'll just sit over here.
So at Starbucks, and it was pretty much exactly like any other Starbucks downstairs. You ordered your drinks, except it was in this wonderfully old-fashioned wooden house. And once you collected your drink, you headed upstairs, and to sit down, you could either choose a normal traditional table, or you could sit on tatami mat floors, the rooms that are very common in Japanese houses, and you've got to take your shoes off when you sit down. And there was about 4 or 5 of those rooms upstairs in this Starbucks as well. I have to say, it's the strangest Starbucks we've ever been to.
Really Starbucks?
Just before we went, we headed up to another temple and shrine called Kiyomizu Dera, and this is famous for its views, and the views did not disappoint.
Possibly.
After all of the amazing things we did in Kyoto, this was definitely my favourite spot. We weren't allowed to film it, but we also went downstairs in this shrine where it was pitch black and we had to follow a rope all the way around. We couldn't see a thing until we came to a famous Buddhist stone where we could make a wish, and hopefully that wish will come true.
Come for lunch at a teppanyaki
So I'm
restaurant.
going to have that one, then you can have that one, and you two can share that one, right?
So we have these little spatulas, and then you kind of move it around. You
And then you
See
can
that it's
taste
cooking.
them. So it's like
Look at
raw,
that.
but then they they put it on the hole and it cooks.
It's amazing.
We absolutely loved Kyoto and we're so excited to go back.